Do you want to know how to get green fingers and the very best out of your garden? Then watch Garden Time with Serdar ARAPOÞLU and Sue Ghazi on ADA TV on Saturdays at 3 p.m. and repeated on Sundays at 12 noon. Garden Time, North Cyprus's favourite English language gardening programme.
As regular pruning is essential for your garden, we have exactly the right tools for you. For instance, secateurs that are fully adjustable to suit the size of your hand. Or hedge clippers with joint protecting gel pads in the handle grips. And multiple sharpened blades for more cutting precision. Also for demanding tasks. For any application, Gardena has the right secateurs. 25-year warranty. Gardena.
Hello and welcome to Garden Time. My name is Sue Ghazi and today we have Serdar ARAPOÞLU in the studio with us from Mediterranean Gardener. Welcome Serdar, how are you?
Hello Sue.
And today we're going to talk about pruning. But before that, I'd just like to say, Serdar, that we've got a very colourful studio, haven't we? If I'm not mistaken, we've got stocks.
Yes, stock with the color allium.
Yes.
We put the allium round for it to make the pots full.
Yes.
And petunias.
Petunias, yeah. Now the stocks, of course, have a lovely scent, haven't they?
Yeah, especially double ones we have as well, but the single ones is the more scent.
Have they?
Yeah, normally people they like the double ones,
yes.
But I choose the single one because more scent.
They've got quite a strong scent.
Very
actually,
strong.
Haven't they? And they look very pretty as well, especially with the coloured alyssum, because we're more sort of used to seeing the white alyssum back in England. Yeah. But of course the alyssum is scented slightly as well, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. I was going to say and you just said it. Yeah. These colour ones have scent as well. Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. And of course the petunias are very colourful as well.
Petunia, especially this express one, is strong and is okay for these climbs as well. And we always choose the express one. And again, you remember the last week we talked about the seeds, the professional seeds.
Yes.
About the season flower. Here you go. This is from professional seeds. Yeah, I mean, and you can see the...
Looking at the size of the flowers, can't you? And actually the colours of...
and the leaves, dark green.
Are very green, yes. That's what we talked about last week, didn't we? Especially with the mix of the soil and how important that is.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to talk about my article this week is pruning.
Yeah.
So we talk about the pruning. The pruning is the most important things in the garden to do it. But again, you have to do it the right time, the pruning. If you do it early or late, it's affecting your garden. If you do the pruning early, this means you're waking up the trees, the plants, early, and on the February or on the frozen time, what's happening is they burn. Leaves start to come in early if you prune the plants early, and the time they should sleep, you're making the plants the leaves coming out. Yeah. So these leaves is burned from the frost.
Yeah, they're spoilt really, aren't they?
Yeah, from the frost. So you can lose the plant. Especially there is some kind of the plant like flame tree or some fruit trees like almond, this kind of the trees, if you prune them early, you frost them and you burn them.
Right, so it's a good idea then to take your advice and to prune.
Yeah, the best pruning time in the middle of the January, in the middle of the January until end of the February is the best time. Yes. And late if you do it, this time the leaves start to come in, all the new ones, and you carton them.
Yeah, that's it. So
you delay it in the fruits and you delay it in the flower. Yes. Of course, this is affecting your garden as well. So pruning time is important. Second things, the tools, the secateurs. When you're going to use the tools, you have to use the right one. What kind of the trees you're going to prune, and depends how hard and how soft With that way, you have to use the right tools.
Yeah. And you've got a good selection here, haven't you? You've brought to the studio for us to have a
I brought the
look at.
Gardena proving separators, which is starts from the, if you're going to cut the soft ones, this is the one, and the middle one, this one, and professional. This is my favorite one. This is the one I use.
The right tools for the job.
Yeah, right tools for the job. And this one is the this is the new model. It's come out. This one, sometimes you don't use loppers when it's bigger branch. So use this one, has power plus, and then you don't need to change your separator when you do the job.
So this tool does the same job as the bigger one there, the loppers?
Yes,
yeah.
That's what it is. If you want, we start with this one, I think, because it's in my hand. Yeah. So sometimes you have big branches. So normally when you carton, you do carton, normal proving, you're doing it with this. But sometimes it's come big branches. So you put it the plus and it's go 2 times. You see? This has ascensor system here, and each of each is give the power, and you cut it. Very easy.
Yeah, I mean that's quite a thick branch there that you've cut just with a pair of secateurs.
You must try it because it's very easy, and you can cut it because one go. You can see step by step is going. Go for it. Press again. Give the space. You see?
Yes,
it's helping you.
Yeah.
It's helping you.
Yes, it is.
That's it.
It's very easy.
Very easy. So what you do with this one, you just doing the proving. And if it's the big branches coming to you, especially with the roses, you're doing the roses, let's say, and the small branches, sober branches, all of a sudden you come on the down bigger branches.
Where they're thicker and stronger, aren't they?
If you try to do with this, maybe it's work this, but especially with this one, you damage your separators, and another things, you damage your plant. Clean cut, always giving you new branches, nice branches.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very clean cut, isn't it? I mean, considering how...
Look at this, there is nothing, nothing. Yeah.
And that's what you need when you're pruning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good, strong, clean cuts.
Yes, that's what you need. And then, of course, the professional one. Normal, standard, professional separators. So you can cut normal brushes, which is, you can see the clean cut again. Yes. Of course, sometimes if you want to, like, it's sharp, and you want to cut it like this as well.
Oh, yeah.
With that way, you don't give chance to rain to go inside and give some damage inside as well. With that way, yes. And of course, you can use the mix max to do this.
What does that do, Serdar?
This one is not leaving the water to go inside.
I see. So it's sort of waterproofing that area there so that the water doesn't get inside and actually damage it and make it rot away.
Yes, exactly. We need to shake this little bit and then do it. There you go.
Look, it's first time I've seen that, actually.
Yeah, especially with fruit trees, we do this.
Well, that's a good idea, isn't it? To prevent any damage to them.
Yes, this is important. And of course, there is middle one here, especially the grapes, wine, and oranges, citrus, or bougainvillea. This is bougainvillea. You can cut them very easily with this one. Yeah. So you don't need to get the strong one to work hardly here. Very easy. You can feel it, how soft as well.
Yeah, these are very comfortable as well, aren't they? You know,
the
very
citrus, citrus on the top, roses, bougainvilleas. Sometimes you have to pruning this kind of the branches or a little bit bigger. You can do it very easily.
Yeah, it's very easy, very light.
Light.
Yes.
you don't get any tired.
Yeah, and you don't get any blisters on your hands either if you're doing quite a lot, do you?
Exactly.
Ah, that's a great tool.
And then we have these soft ones, very soft ones, like geraniums, daisies.
Yeah.
So
that's when they've got these softer stems.
Yeah, sometimes you have to look, and you want to cut something softer.
Just very easy. And of course you could take that and you can plant that now, can't you? You can root it.
We can put for rooting. Why sometimes you have to, we say trimming on the tops. You have to cut and shape the geraniums, because otherwise if you leave it, it's getting longer, and later the wind time they broken down. Yeah. So it's better to trim it with this one. Very good. Then my son always loved this one.
Oh, right. What's that?
This one for flowers. If you want to cut the flower, I'm not going to cut it. But sometimes, you know, this is roses, and you have the branches is off branches, so you want to cut them. Or let's say just roses, the roses are ready, so you want to cut it and put it in the inside. Yeah. This is the one you use.
So you can either use that for cutting a bouquet of flowers, or you can use it like you've just done there to deadhead the flowers.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what it is.
That makes life easier, doesn't it?
Yes.
Better than struggling with a pair of scissors, isn't it?
It is.
Again, it's the right tools for the job, isn't it?
It is. So the pruning is, there is standard pruning, which is you do in the February time. This pruning is making the plants stronger, is giving the chance to give more fruits, more flowers with that way. Yeah. And of course, pruning is important. Sometimes it gets infects, like some kind of the fungus.
Yeah, fungus, yeah.
As much you're doing regularly pruning, you're saving your plants, you're saving your fruit trees with the pruning way, because it's making the plants, it's making the trees stronger.
That's it. You're taking all the bad areas out, aren't you?
Exactly.
And leaving the strong, the strong parts of the plant there.
Yeah. If you're doing the professional pruning and you know what you need to cut off and everything, especially you should know which part of the plant is fungused and has lots of damage infects, or maybe dry branches you have to cut off, because the dry branches is making the plant not stronger. It's covering that area.
It's taking all the energy out of it, isn't it? Yeah.
It doesn't leave the chance the branches to come out, because I brought that area as well. Look, this one here. Yeah. So you can see here, it's come all the way until here. It's dry. Yeah. So if you're pruning from here, it doesn't make sense. So this dries, it's come until here. So what you need to do, if it's coming this, you have to cut it from here.
That's it. You need to be rid of that.
Yeah. So this time, you give chance for this branch to come out. End of the day, this branch here, because this is dry, this branch here will never be healthy. No. Because as you said as well, there isn't enough line to get enough energy. Let's say can stay, look, it starts to burn this as well later. Yeah. Can stay a little bit greener, but this will never give fruits or flower.
No, it's never going to be as strong, is it? But if you can get rid of that, if you can cut it out, then of course the other branches have that chance to grow.
You need to look where it's come from, which is this, it was here, so we cut it. Yeah. All right, that was it. Yeah. So what we did, we look until here is green, and from here it starts to dry. So we cut it off, we take this out, and this is left.
And that's the healthy part of the plant.
This is the healthy part of the plant.
And that's going to grow now and give us better flowers or better fruit or whatever.
Exactly.
So that's what we're aiming for.
That's all it is. Of course, you can, after the cutting, you can just gel it here. And this is saving the fruit trees or plants, let's say, to not any insects or ants or anything to go inside to give any damage for the plant.
That's a very good idea, isn't it, to protect your plants like
exactly.
that.
And this way cutting, again, it doesn't give chance the water go inside. Yeah. This is another thing's important. And
also, of course, the angle of the cut is important as well, isn't it? Because you've done an angular cut there, and so of course, if it does rain, of course, the water is just going to come off it.
Yes.
But of course, with that added protection, it makes it even better for the plant.
Yeah, doesn't matter the plant how much hard it is. Always look, there is inside soft parts of. This is very soft. Look, all plants has this, and always is very easy. It's very easy to water come inside and dry your plant, and is making the way. Is making the way for the lots of animals, ants or insects or lots of things to go inside to finish your tree.
Well, then you're going to have problems, aren't you?
Big problems.
Of course, if you prune it correctly, and if you can prevent those, of course, your plants are going to be better at flowering and better at fruiting.
Exactly. And second pruning is to making the plant younger. So this is deep cutting. Yeah. Sometimes, again, you look and you see there is a branches bigger, and there is on the bottom is coming youngest one. So you cut the big branches, and you leave in the youngest one, and you're making your plant and tree younger.
That's it. Yeah, you've got to take out all the dead and all the old pieces out.
Especially this with the roses. Very good. You can do this as well. And you cut the old branches, and you can keep the new ones. With the olive trees, again, you can do this a lot as well. You cut the old, because sometimes the branches is getting very big. You cut them and you're making the branches smaller, and lots of leaves, more fruits, more olives.
Yeah, in fact, when it comes to olives, I mean, I've seen olive trees out here, and I mean, you don't recognise the trees sometimes, do you, after they've been pruned?
It looks like brand new, fresh,
it does,
very young. Yeah, this is important. And the third pruning is trimming. We just talked about a minute ago. With the shrubs, with the hedging, with this kind of the plants like daisies and the geraniums, even with the roses as well. If you want to shape them, like there is a solanum, duranta, this kind of the plants. If you want to shape them, make them round, we call that trimming. So you trim.
So we just use a fairly light pair of secateurs.
Trim it to make it the round, to not to leave the branches to go long, and nice shape. With this way, again, more flower, strong flower. This is coming out with that pruning as well.
Actually, that's a very pretty colour, isn't it? It's a very deep colour. Is it an unusual one?
Yeah. Do you remember I mentioned you about the
South African daisy, is that right?
We call the oposorum, yes. And this one, first time as well, double color one.
I haven't seen one of those before. It must be new.
This is new. This is new.
Very pretty.
Yeah. This is what we need to talk about. Of course, we talk the right tools and everything as well. We talk the pruning time. And on my article again, I talk about branches, what kind of the branches. We say softer ones, which is roses on the top, hibiscus, this kind of the pruning things we can do. And of course, we can use loppers.
Gosh. See how smooth that action is.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is
no fighting against.
No, very. That's right. Very easy to use. Very easy to use.
Oh yeah. That's going to make life very easy, isn't it?
Very easy.
You can feel the strength of it actually.
Yeah, there is another one longer one. Also, there is this one, telescopic one. Telescopic one. If you cut it and you have longer branches, you can do this.
Oh, what a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah, look at that.
With that way.
Yeah.
You do this. This one, especially for the roses. But again, if you have this,
That actually is a great tool.
if you have this, you don't need this.
No.
So you can, with this one, you have to use this. This is the garden lover should have these two. So returns and loper, this together, professional garden doing it.
A good combination, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yes.
But with this one, just you need this one. Yes.
Or maybe the other one which extends. That's a good idea, isn't it?
This one, especially the long trees, fruit trees, you have. But you can use the standard as well. But sometimes you need leather or you need this kind of things.
Although that's a good idea. I mean, you know, if instead of losing your balance, if you're trying to, you know, climb onto a chair or do something like that, all you need to do is extend those loppers there, and it makes life easy, doesn't it?
This is one of them, the lopper. There is also on Gardena, there is one very long. You take it up, it's telescopic. You can go 6 meters.
Really?
6 meters and universal. There is combi system, saw as well. You can take the head, put the saw, or you can take the head and put the set returns. One telescopic handle, 6 meters, can telescopic, and you can use a saw or either set returns.
Well, that's a good idea because, of course, you know, you've got different jobs to do in the garden.
Yeah.
So rather than sort of take the risk of going up a ladder or, you know, falling over, you know, just extend the loppers there and you can do your different jobs in the garden.
And so.
Oh, that looks that looks very sharp. Yeah.
Very sharp, and still you can leave it even in the garden long time with the rain or anything, so no problem.
It won't go rusty then?
Not at all.
Gosh.
Not at all, and very, very sharp. It's called it double way carting, we call it. So when you're cutting the branches, let's try some.
It goes,
Yeah, this is because it's cutting when it's going and it's cutting when it's coming back as well.
Yes, you can see actually on the teeth here, on the jagged edge, that they're at different angles.
Yes.
Which is why you said, you know, as you're going to and fro.
2 times when you're going cutting and when it's coming back.
It's very effective, very sharp.
But people can say, how am I going to carry this? Because sometimes people they want to. So there is this one.
That's a good idea. It's really like
you can cover it.
Knife,
it's not dangerous because this is very sharp. So it is danger. So this is save it even if you can carry it with your bag as well and everything. It's very good saw. Again, with these tools, it's important to use the right plants. Softer, harder, the plants, and of course mix to save, and the way you prune it. And always with the fruit trees, especially the leaves dropping one, like almond or panjas or apple, this kind of the trees, at least you have to leave 3 branches.
Yes.
3 branches, and then of course if it's coming double way or triple way, the branches, you have to leave at least 1 or 2, because as much more branches, this means less flower, less fruit. Yes. As much less branches, bigger fruit, and stronger fruit.
That's it, because I mean the plant then doesn't need the energy for those extra branches, does it? It can sort of concentrate on those ones that are left.
Imagine one fruit tree has. First of all, when they start blooming the flower and everything, if it's so many, this plant has to give enough energy to hold that flower, which is not possible. Later they say, the flower is all coming down. Of course, you need vitamins and everything as well. Maybe you hold the flower, but there is a limit. There is a limit you can hold the flower.
Yeah, I mean the almond trees actually are flowering at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, they start coming out, and I like it when they come in.
It's a sign of spring, isn't it?
It's saying it's coming. Yeah. Then later, if it's the whole flower, and when they start to get in the fruit, if it's so many, you will see small fruits. That's it, yeah. I remember when I was little, I was laughing my father sometimes. He was cutting the fruits sometimes, because after it's past the flowering time and everything, maybe he did the pruning as well, but it's come lots of fruits. So he was cutting the small fruits and drop it down. I was laughing at him, what are you doing?
But of course that will make the fruit bigger, won't it? The ones that are on the tree will then get bigger, better quality.
Better quality, and especially that years, we could sell the fruit trees outside in England and everything. Now it's changed, we sell it everywhere, and they don't look to quality as much. But that time, they were looking how big he is and how clean and everything. The quality, it was important. Yeah. So the pruning is give you the chance to have good fruits, more flowers and everything.
I mean, a lot of people may not actually know very much about pruning, but as you say, you know, it's a very important time of year, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, since we started doing these programs, I'm receiving lots of emails about they saying, since you started doing these programs, we start to realize how much the soil important.
Exactly. Yeah.
And now they're going to start to realize how much is pruning is important. Not just to give the vitamins, and you can look the soil here, so how quality soil we use.
Isn't it? Yes.
Is the garden soil, of course, there is compost here, and of course there's a sun here and everything. Look at this. Yeah.
You can see it.
This is all important. And of course the pruning is important. Just the garden, as much you give in later is making your job easier. And these leaves, all because is that much green.
Yeah, see how healthy the leaves are. They really are, aren't
Believe I didn't use any vitamin yet for this. And of course you can see all the plants is coming on the way, the flower and everything.
Yeah, I mean, Serdar, it's easy enough to sort of go to a garden centre and to buy a plant and just put it in the ground and leave it. But of course, you're not going to get the results that you want. Yeah. And I know that this is what you've been telling us over the past few weeks, isn't it? Yeah. So many things are important, and like you say, it's the planning, and then it's the soil, it's the pruning, lots of things all together,
of course,
aren't they?
So when you go to garden center, you have to look the flower. If it's like petunia example here, you have to look the flower. If it's good quality seeds, it says you. Of course, the plant, if enough green as well. And what we said, soil, you can check the soil. Yeah, of course, you can check the soil, because if they use this bad soil, later you're gonna try very hard. And what we said, first program, always look the bottom if it's the root coming down.
Yeah, that's a good sign, isn't it? A healthy root system.
Yeah. This means this plant is enough strong to take it the pot, to plant it. It's ready.
Yeah, it's so important having, looking at the plant and sort of seeing that, the leaves are healthy, the roots are healthy.
It says you, isn't it? It says you how ready, and it says I'm ready to go your garden.
Well, I know we could chat all day, Serdar.
Yes.
We always have such a lot to say, don't we? But I know next week, what are we going to be talking about?
Yeah, next week we start with the pruning, and let's carry on with the pruning again. Next week we're going to talk about how to pruning the roses, and what we need to look after them, what kind of the soil and what kind of the things and the chemicals we need to use for the roses. So we're going to talk about the roses.
I look forward to that. It's been a pleasure having you again in the studio.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And hope everyone enjoys their gardening this week.
I hope to as well, and have a good gardening. I give good chance for the garden lovers. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Why are Gardena cutting tools so reliable and long-lasting? Why are they so comfortable to use? Because Gardena tools' quality and perfect form are constructed by people who love gardening themselves and who know just what our customers want. Because their innovative ideas are put into practice with the best materials and the most up-to-date production techniques. Because we make high-quality materials even harder and even better. Because we strive for perfection in the production phase. Only our best blades go on for further processing. Because we constantly test our blades for precision. Coat them using the most modern methods, thus permanently improving them for easier cutting. Because our precision blades are mounted with the greatest accuracy. And ultimately, because our employees have a trained eye and an intuitive feeling for each of our products. This is how perfect cutting tools are created, produced and tested for many years of tough garden use. They resist blistering sunlight. In tests, our high-quality plastics have to withstand the intensity of 3 years of Australian sunshine. They are left out in the cold, defying temperature shocks from -10 to +60 degrees Celsius. They are constantly in use. Training in the laboratory for a marathon 7,500 meters lawn edging. They are tireless, enduring tests in which the handles are opened and closed 50,000 times and 5,000 cuts in hard, dry beechwood. For the sake of your joints, they absorb the hard impact of 2,000 lifts and then still have to be able to take a fall or two without complaint. Because this is the use for which our cutting tools have been developed and produced, winning prizes time and again with a 25-year guarantee so that you can enjoy them for years to come. Gardena, live your garden.